Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, today I'm gonna go on a hike here in Taiwan with the rest of the people in the hostel. I want you over the next 5 or so hours to pray as hard as you can that along the hiking trail I find a fortune, right? And to understand why I want to find that fortune, I had to make a very difficult choice earlier this summer. What had happened is that last November I made a friend here in Taiwan. I also obviously have one of my grandmothers is still alive here. She's 94 years old, and also a bunch of other relatives to visit, and a conference here on artificial intelligence. But Taiwan also gets very hot. Not 115 degrees, but yesterday was 85, and it will top 100 by the end of my trip. Or I could go somewhere to cool off. I also thought about going to Poland, where it doesn't top out at more than 90 during the year. I have some connections, not nearly as many as I do here in Taiwan, but I also have good fortunes connecting with people in Poland. I bet I could go to like a speed dating event or even use an app and meet a lot of people there. That's my fortune. I obviously a lot of those girls there are interested in Americans. Period, right? And but that's a good starting point at least, right? And but also the weather is a whole lot cooler. I wish I could have taken both trips though. It's kind of not really in my budget, but we'll see. The other day, here in Taiwan, when you go to the store and buy something, the receipt actually becomes a lottery ticket because they want to make sure people file their taxes. And as my roommate was showing me how to scan, I usually just give it as a tip to the wherever I'm staying at because I had no idea how to do it before they had the QR codes. But as my roommate was showing me how to do that, I was like, gee, if I hit it, I could just fly to Poland from here when it gets too hot, right? Actually, it's a lot cheaper and faster if you start from Taiwan anyway. And no such luck. And then I went back to the store and I started buying items one at a time just so I could generate a lot of receipts. They have self checkout machines. I just buy them one at a time. And funny thing is that the guy behind me, I thought for sure he was going to kill me after how much time I was spending on it. He said that's such a good idea. He realized what I was doing before I finished. And the funny thing is, I would go to the machine, and every order I would break a big bill. I would put $1,000 Taiwanese dollar bill in there, which is about 30 some dollars US, to break the bill because I was hoping to get a rare coin or maybe a $100 bill with a funny serial number and all that. And the guy says, "Why don't you just put your change in there?" I said, "No, I also want to look for a rare coin." And that one he did think was stupid. The receipt wasn't stupid, but the coin was. But there are two chances to hit it big, right? But unfortunately, no such luck, and now I just got a lot of loose change, right? Uh, but I've become a kind of a degenerate with playing these games. Back home in the U.S., I bought $500 worth of pennies just before the trip, looking for rare coins. I did find like a 1917 or something like that penny, but that was it. It was worth like maybe less than half a dollar. But I just keep thinking that it's the same attitude that got me in trouble with my business partner. And I would stay up late thinking, "Oh my God, one more pour. I might pour the big one. One more pour, and one more is what will usually destroy me." And I almost feel like a degenerate now. So please pray that on the hiking trail, I find. Why don't we pray that I find some? I forgot to bring my Geiger counter. That would really come in handy. Why don't we pray that I find some polonium ore? Because the goal is to travel to Poland, right? It would be really fitting. I don't know where you would sell that kind of stuff, though. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.